that was decision made. I decided I need to go and find myself a man dress, grow myself a beard, and get into a mosque.
Today I'm joined by, on my right first of all, welcome Mohammad Yusuf Bashforth.
Good afternoon, sir.
I will come to you first, Yusuf, if I may.
Indeed.
You are a Muslim, but you were a former Christian.
I was indeed,
Is that
yes,
correct?
yes.
Do you want to just give us some background to how you came to the faith?
Of course. How long have I got?
Well, I'll stop you if you go too long. So
long
don't worry
story.
about that.
Okay, so I was born and raised as a Roman Catholic. I was an altar boy, went to church every Sunday. My uncle was a parish priest. And I used to go to Sunday school. I was Catholic educated, etc., etc. And it was all good. You know, as a child, I grew up feeling very special because not only did I have the love of two loving parents and some siblings, but I also had the love of God. You know, and it made me feel very warm and special as a child growing up. Now, when I got to about the age of 18, I started asking some rather more deep and pressing questions. And rather than given answers that I could digest and deal with, I just got the patronising pat on the head. Just have faith, son, which just wasn't quite enough for me. So I kind of slowly but surely turned my back on the institution of the church and walked and did other things. That was at the age of about 18. So I never fell out with my faith in God, but I fell out with my faith in the institution of the church and the practice of the Catholic Church. So I was all faithed up, nowhere to go, and I was like that for nearly 10 years. 10 years later, I found myself with a job in an office in Bradford. Now, for any viewers that have been to Bradford, that know Bradford, you'll appreciate that there are rather a lot of Muslims in Bradford. And indeed, in the office that I found myself working in, there were some Muslims. And I used to ask them similar questions to the ones that I was asking 10 years previously. And to my amazement and astonishment, and some delight as it happens, I got answers. And I got answers in a way that I could understand, in a way that I just got it, you know. And I asked ever more testing questions day by day. And when it came to a stage where somebody couldn't give me the answer, they never made anything up. And I just found this wonderful to see. They never made anything up. They'd go away and come back the following day with the answer and a list of references as to where the answer had come from. And I just thought that was wonderful. And slowly but surely, I became more intrigued and I understood more about the Muslim religion. And eventually I was presented with a copy of the Quran and I was told to take it home and read it. So I took it home and I left it on a shelf for almost 6 months before I picked it off again. And almost every day when I went back to the office, it was a case of, well, have you started reading yet? Well, no, not quite. I was too busy last night. Too busy? What were you doing? Well, Coronation Street was on and I can't miss that, you know? So it was just a list of excuses, and as many as I could think of, for not reading this book. One day, it was a Sunday, it was raining outside, it's before the age of mobile phones, and I didn't know where.
I remember that as well, so these two guys probably don't. But.
I know, these two guys, no chance. So it was before the age of mobile phones. I didn't know where any of my mates were. There was nothing on TV, there was nothing doing, and this book was staring down at me. So I remembered from the time I was given the book, I was told to keep it on a shelf at home. Don't put it on the floor. Keep it covered, keep it wrapped. Don't put anything on top of it. And before you read this book, make sure that you are clean, physically clean. Have a wash.
Do you know, I learned that from a Muslim about my Bible.
Yes, it's exactly the same.
And I have to thank the Muslim who told me.
Exactly the same.
For that. Yeah. I hadn't connected.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I hadn't made that connection, but I don't want to stop the flow.
No, okay. But, I thought that was an enormous amount of respect for a book, but I wanted to respect the book. I eventually took it down off the shelf, blew the dust off it, unravelled it, having had a wash. And I opened up the book, and to my astonishment, it started off with words that said, "In the name of God, the beneficent and the merciful." And I just thought, those words to start off a book, what a brilliant way to start a book.
Well, the Bible starts off well, in the beginning God.
In the name of God.
In the beginning God.
The beneficent and merciful. And then it goes into the first chapter of the Quran, and it's 7 lines long. It says, "In the name of God, the beneficent, the merciful." Yeah. So it says, "Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen" in Arabic, which simply means, praise be to Allah, Lord of the whole of creation. The beneficent, the compassionate, the merciful, the owner of the day of judgment. It is you alone that we worship. It is you alone that we turn to for help, to lead us down the straight path, the path of all those who have earned your favor, not those who have earned your displeasure or anger, or those who have gone astray. Now, when you liken that and compare that with the likes of the Lord's Prayer, it's saying some very, very similar things. And conceptually, it's very, very similar. So, from reading the first page, I wasn't put off. Not by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I was more intrigued.
You're drawn in.
To read further. And I did that. And it took almost 6 months to get through the whole book. And there were some difficult concepts in there. There were some difficult things that it was hard to get my head around. But I had the support of people in the office who could help me. And at the end of that book, that was decision made.
Good.
I decided I need to go and find myself a man dress, grow myself a beard, and get into a mosque.
You were on a journey, you started your journey.
Absolutely. So we really hope you enjoyed that.
For the 21 video series, everything you ever wanted to know about Islam and the Muslim culture,
but couldn't be bothered to ask,
click the link in the top right of the screen.
Also, please subscribe by clicking the red button below if you haven't already done so. We want to reach as many people as we possibly can.
Thank you once again for your support, and we'll see you in the next video.
Assalamu alaikum
Wa rahmatullahi
wa barakatuh.
barakatuh.
Bismillah.